Cheers.
Working? No? Is working? 你好. Yeah.
More than me.
So many people and yet still. Guys, now that is truly something. You come around the corner, you see this. And so welcome to Fuzhou, China. A city I've just arrived in the morning and honestly, I don't know too much about. So yesterday, from a very different part of China where we saw a lot of historical buildings, saw the set where Mulan was filmed, some islands, some nature. Today we're actually in a pretty big city. As you can tell, just from my surroundings, a very built out city. Population I think is a bit over 5 million people. And today I want to take you along and just see a little bit. On the one side, how the life in the city looks, but I also think there's a lot of historical districts. So it's going to be 2-3 days in this city, which in China is actually fairly famous, but outside of China, I would guess not too many people have heard about. Maybe today we're going to change that a little bit. So I'm quite excited. Staying at a super nice place. The city itself looks busy, looks buzzing. People are living their life. And I want to find a bit more about what there is to see here. So here we're entering a little bit of an old town. Whenever you enter one of those, the crowds start to get busy. Outside the city is always fairly chill, but here lots of domestic tourism. People are really excited about these places. This man is checking the phone. Working? No? Is working? 你好. Huh? I guess for a couple of years it has been off. So what I do have to say is like really cool here. It is old houses, but not just museums or street food. They're actually putting cafes in here as well. Wow. There's a robot, huh?
There's a robot.
Basically, nobody is working here. There's just a robot.
The Chinese to save you, simply pay.
But
you.
the cat is real. Look at that. Shh, I'm gonna scare off the cat. Hey, meow meow. All right, Shamami is scared. Shamami is gone. Wow, so I don't know how we start this machine up right now.
WeChat.
For real?
Yes.
For real? It's gonna make us a coffee?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want it?
It looks like the robot also takes cash. I mean, I don't know. How much is it? 21?
Yeah.
And what is the robot gonna make us? Just gonna take you by the neck. And gonna take
20
you.
for, let's try, maybe, probably 20 is Americano.
Pretty
I
good?
have no idea.
Let's do it. Let's try.
Let's try.
With the robot, yeah?
Yeah.
Again, I speak with Italian accent. After a couple of days, it's a disease.
Oh.
So many people, and yet still a robot's making coffee.
Yeah. Some coffee from there. This is absolutely incredible. Pours the coffee over here. Voila.
Oh, my man is done.
Oh.
This shy cat, huh? Meow, 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 meow. Beautiful cat. Don't bite me. Don't bite. It's about to bite me. It's pregnant. I think the cat's pregnant. However, we got an orange cat. We got a coffee robot. Let's see what else we can find here. Hey. So here we are basically on the main road of Fuzhou. I mean, the old town at least. Some super nice shops. Got like a little bookstore here. And it looks like the domestic tourism is actually going quite wild here, like super busy. Oh, postcards, nice. So as you can see, like you really can tell that just by the level of enthusiasm, most people around here are probably not living in Fuzhou. And wow, they even got some of the old wooden houses. So some of them look like reconstructed, but other ones on the other hand again, yeah.
This part of China, especially this city, is very famous all along YouTube.
YouTube is okay? We can film?
Let's see how it works.
Let me compliment them a little bit. Let me see if I can use my.
Oh. 谢谢. Mamma mia. It's beautiful.
你的紫色外套很漂亮。
Oh, nice move. Man, cheers.
Google Translate. You know what it said?
No.
It said, don't mind the big guy, he will leave any moment. We will be all by ourselves.
No problem. Live after drinking.
I said, very nice purple cups. That's what I said. Oh,
Very good. Okay. How do I say very good?
可口的，
Kikoda.
可口的，
Kikoda.
looks like we're having a little Chinese learning session here as well. Oh, the tea is actually really good. We have like really old cups. And it looks like they're milking us for content as well.
意大利和意大利，
City inside of the middle of China, and looks like Instagram is very busy here. Oh, am I gonna show up? That's me. Okay. Oh, shishi. I have a new follower.
Nice.
It was an honor. Thank you very much. I will never forget this.
我很荣幸，非常感谢，我永远不会忘记这一点。
Okay.
What a gentleman.
You have to properly thank people, okay?
Okay.
No, it was
Cheers,
very
yeah.
nice.
What is the name of the shop? Name.
Beautiful shop. Got a little bit of tea. They're selling jewelry for like $300-400. So it seems like some people definitely have the need of disposable income, even for like little, but looks super quality. Definitely have to say that. So that is the Fuzhou Old Town. So that is actually quite on topic. We went into this tea shop. Not sure which tea we were drinking, but this region of China generally, whenever I'm like going to a nice restaurant, having a Chinese restaurant, having an oolong tea, always amazing, and a lot of it actually comes from this area. In the previous video, we were in the mountains, and there we saw the tea plantation. Right now it's not the season to grow them, but it's a big thing around here. And I do feel a bit lightheaded, to be fair.
Yeah.
What did they mix?
I don't know. I start to see like a snow in the sky.
Yeah. They're like, ah, damn it, they left too early.
Oh no.
And so also they're having some kind of nice street food here on the sides, almost like a big food court. I have no idea what that is. Some kind of big balls. Smells a little bit like fish balls, to be honest with you. So that is a little bit the mix. Have some fancy restaurants, some fancy stores, but also much more simpler. And always somebody dressed up in this neighborhood. It's interesting.
Europe.
Europe.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Europe.
Yeah.
Yes, the European. Megwaren.
Really?
A little bit also. A little bit of everything.
No.
Because I go to my university in America.
What did you study?
Idaho.
Idaho.
Oh, wow.
He also
I
studied
was
in Idaho University.
no, in Ohio. I was in Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah, I studied in Ohio. It's very different. Sounds similar. Yeah.
I know, but I did it on purpose.
Ah, okay.
So your mother is American and your father is Europe.
No. Well, you want to hear the story? I'll give it short. I was born in Ukraine. I lived in Germany. Then I lived in the US. And since 2017, I don't live anywhere. I travel.
Oh.
It's pretty simple.
How many countries have been to?
75.
Oh.
Yeah.
More than me.
How many have you been to?
Only 40.
That's 40? Only 40?
That's very good.
Wow, you travel a lot.
70.
Yeah.
72.
5,
75.
something like that.
What can we do?
Traveler. You
Yes.
must have a lot of fans.
Very dedicated fans. They're very supporting, right?
I'm supporting. I became a fan. I didn't know him until 2 days ago. Actually, 1 week ago. But
Come on, man. You've been following me probably on the back doors, let's be honest. So,
I do go for other
basically, we walked into a little bit of a temple.
And say hello here.
things. Anyhow.
So, what is the history overall of this place? Is this like an old town or is this like a museum?
This whole place used to be an old town, and we keep most of those old buildings.
Yeah.
This one we use that for a museum because, like you can see that is
So is this-
Dehua China.
So, is this from a specific time frame in China or?
I think mostly just this place they produce this kind of china.
Oh,
And it's very famous.
You mean in this part of China they produce these type of vases and stuff like that?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And this is from Qing Dynasty.
From the Qing Dynasty. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
And this one is from Ming Dynasty.
Like we just heard, basically, this used to be an old town, and they still kept all the old buildings from back in the day. Put a little museum, little vases from the Qing, from the Ming Dynasty. Super interesting, super well preserved. What do you mean? I think we cannot leave anymore here. And so we got today's usual guest of the last couple of videos, I suppose. Mikel. How are you feeling, man? The city looks actually, I think, the most alive so far.
I think it's one of the prettiest downtown, but we actually didn't have the chance to visit it yet.
We will. So I would say we got enough culture. Let's hit a little bit up the streets. Let's see what is going on there. Yeah, that's his name. It's not a girl's name though. I know it sounds like it, but
In other countries you can change. Here, not so much.
yeah, we're at the same place. What do you want to see?
I just want to say
What do you want to see?
which is more white.
So milky.
I think. Let's see.
Sasha.
Pretty white.
Whiter.
Yes. Yeah. And what is really a little bit interesting, a little bit different here is that all of these houses, they're having some activities, some installations, and you can freely walk into them here. There's not even security in most of them. Like if it's a shop, they sell something, obviously there's staff. But other than that, it's like one huge open air museum, different artworks. Here we happen to have like purses at the entrance of this place. They're making some kind of little workshop. Hey, people are painting things. And all of that is just open to the public with almost no security. It's funny. I mean, I'm sure in the evening they close it off. But yeah, looks a little bit something like that. So guys, that's what I'm talking about. You walk into any random shop, just seeing a kid going absolute crazy, determined. Okay, his sister is gonna help him out now. Let's not distract him too much, I would say. Yeah, okay, sister's a bit stronger. Boy was exhausted. Oh, I think they're making some type of herbal tea or something. Or a secret potion. For real. These shops here, they're all so boutique. I think it's mostly kind of, you know, I think it's mostly kind of, how to say it, lifestyle product, if you will. Perhaps. Some kind of medicine, who knows? But yeah, like I said, all these little different things. Sometimes it's a museum, sometimes it's a shop. This one looks kind of like a mix of both. Let's see what Michael is up to. He was about to open up a pearl for $7. Yeah. Didn't open the pearl, huh?
I wanted, but it felt a bit scary, to be honest.
Yeah, so they're like jewelry stores, and there was one where you can like open the pearl, maybe find one.
Somewhere there.
Hey! So, walking out of the old town, it's quite interesting. The city transforms very quickly. So you got this shopping promenade, which is actually extremely long. I think we walked around there for like half an hour into one direction. And here, the city becomes much more, let's say, kind of like residential, crossing a little bit tricky. But that is what I think is really cool here. You have, where I started the video, some like super new developments, but here, regular residential buildings, almost like, you know, older buildings you don't see too often in China. Usually they're pretty new. Reminds me a little bit maybe like buildings like in Hong Kong. Oh wow, and there's kind of like a river flowing through here. And it's not even a weekend, so I don't know what all the buzz is about. It's a Wednesday today. Kind of like the river is lit. Some nice, it's not a banyan tree, but some type of tree with, and some nice cars. I think this is a Mi car. Yesterday I was in a Xiaomi store and I bought Xiaomi headphones, and this is a Xiaomi electric car. Wild. And it looks actually pretty, I was about to say it looks pretty cute. I don't know if I distracted the guy and he drove into the car, but I am not involved. So yeah, they really go all out with the decoration here. That does look kind of like a banyan tree, I don't know. Really pretty. for the next stop for today. We are in Changcheng district. Super busy, buzzing kind of night market, and from here you're also seeing the skyline, the river basically in the back there. And I'm gonna be going into this shop. Should be some performance happening. Let's check it out. And generally, it's actually quite interesting. You know, there's not that many foreigners visiting here, so everybody is kind of like very curious about what you're doing, but like in a very cute, respectful way. So let's check it out. So basically, there's gonna be a traditional Chinese performance. You can buy some little snacks on the side as well. And I think it's not starting quite yet. It's good. Oh wow, it's like an open pavilion basically. Luckily, it's a bit warmer here before we visited the city at -5 degrees. So let's see what is gonna be happening here. I guess these guys are serving up the tea. Throughout the days to follow, may our blessings all increase.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Grasp the opportunities that come your way. Oh.
Is there any electric scooters? So there was some interesting performance inside of that pavilion. And now we're really getting to see the city. You see the dimensions of it. Like on the one side, we have a huge skyline going all the way back there. You turn around, you got more bridges, more buildings. It's wild. I think this is somewhere where we're actually living right now. So I gotta tell you, on this whole trip, this promenade, wow, it's huge. Is it Shanghai huge? I don't know. Actually, it's different. The thing is, there's this river flowing through it. They built some kind of like a little, I don't know what it is, museum, university, who knows? But basically, the skyline is all surrounding it. Just took the bird up a little bit. In the evening, there's a bunch of these groups of people dancing. Funny, huh?
So many.
Everywhere, all over China, right?
And different ages. Like these are elderly women. The other one were college students. It's amazing.
We got the college students on the drone. That was fun. And yeah, actually quite beautiful view. You told all the time that Fuzhou is going to be like a bit more proper, big city.
I was super excited to come here and I'm happy about it.
And a lot of people were saying in the summer is even better, but honestly even in January it is a bit cold, but still like maybe 15-20 degrees during the day. And here we have an absolute flash mob, as you can see. It's going wild, it's going hard. If you're not going to watch out, you're going to get slapped. Look at that. Woo! And we are actually having a pilgrimage right now to dinner. Should be somewhere here. Do you know where our dinner is?
We need to check.
That's the problem. Nothing is going on. Everybody just sitting and talking.
I'm not surprised.
So for dinner, looks like a seafood buffet. Or, no, it's like a round table, the usual funky funk. So basically, usually like they're having this swinging table where there's different dishes. Not sure if I can get a space, to be fair. So the lunch is slowly... Okay, dinner.
Yeah.
Dinner.
I would say lunch.
It's been a long day. So the dinner is slowly rolling in, and I'm not sure what this is. So you get a little chicken. Basically, lots of dishes come in, they roll in, and then you spin them around. If you watched the last videos, you saw it. It's kind of like a festive thing in China a little bit. But at the same time, usually the food is also like fairly traditional Chinese. Some foods I think are great, others not so much. But overall, I need to try the secret. Do you have also this one?
Yeah.
Do you want to share?
Yeah, we can share absolutely.
You don't want it at all?
No. Why? I want to help you.
Now everybody wants to feed me here. Eat my sea cucumber. Okay.
It's my black cucumber.
Not bad at all, actually. It's like a vegetable,
Dark.
bit meaty.
It's absolutely dark.
Not bad.
Not on purpose.
I'm lying, it's terrible.
I like to put black things inside my mouth, apparently.
And so we have returned after a busy day. Actually, after dinner, went for a little walk, got some little snacks, and tomorrow gonna be exploring for another full day here. And maybe I'll show you in the morning as well where we're staying, because this place, it's pretty good. Oh, wow. Look at that. Now won't you look at this? Now we're talking, now we're working. Alrighty, so just checked in. Really nice room, very old luxury, and quite surprisingly, it is a Shangri-La actually. So I looked it up, it's exactly 20 years old. But I have to tell you, Shangri-La is always amazing, especially this type of hotel. Like when it ages a little bit, it almost adds to the ambience a little, because like it's kind of like a little bit Oriental, a little bit of a lot of wood, things like that. Asian, I think it's a Singaporean brand if I'm not mistaken. But this is the room. Here you have a little walkthrough to le bathroom. You got the, you know what I mean, and. Look at that. That is quite something. I don't think I'm gonna have too much time to enjoy it, but still, you have a gym on the ground, you have a nice cozy room, and always Shangri-La so cozy, having carpets, all these brown tones. I'm loving it. So kicking off the day here, nice and cozy at the Shangri-La. And while this place itself is pretty much like a temple, this city is famous actually for one very big temple I wanted to check out today. So the lobby itself is really quite something, and the breakfast should be still going on. Let's check it out, what they're having here, maybe for a quick morning snack. Good morning. Let's see. Room number, yeah? You need room number? Or card? You need card? Okay. Okay, sure. That's interesting. Usually they ask for a room number, but this lady is selling the breakfast, and as well, you can just use your card. I wonder actually until what time the breakfast is happening. Because it's already 10, it's still buzzing, that's nice. When breakfast ends at 10 is always a little bit tricky. So let's have a quick snack and head over to the temple. So here we are at one of the most famous temples, if not the most famous one in this city in particular. Nice and sunny day, like this is what I love. It's January, but in the morning still kind of gives you a nice 17, 18 degrees, sunny, a little bit hazy. But let's see what all this temple is about. So it looks like there's a huge group of tourists here. Honestly, like, I don't know, definitely not the most pleasant tourists I've ever seen, like really touristy tourists.
Who is here?
How's it going? Is this already inside, or we didn't go inside yet?
Not yet. You just arrived?
Yeah.
You did faster than the buses.
How is it, bro? Well, imagine my shock. Play this game different around here. So we made it to the most famous temple in the city of Fuzhou, the Xiqian Temple or something like that. A really aesthetic place. So in the back you have kind of like a big building, one that actually looks very similar to Guangzhou, and then you have this little kind of like walk-through road leading to it. So absolutely, obviously photogenic spot, but it's very organized, very busy, lots of people. Let's check out the stick burning. That looks pretty cool. So basically a very large, very aesthetic Buddhist temple, and it's kind of like an interesting mix of, oh wow, don't wanna be too loud here. Some people are actually praying, so you get like a little statue. You got these, oh, I'm getting smoked. And the funny thing is that even though you have this like actually pretty peaceful kind of like fish, you don't hear much. You only hear like people walking around being excited about it. But in the back, you're seeing this huge skyline of buildings. Almost looks like a bit of a business district here. Oh wow, there's like hundreds of huge koi fish. Wow guys, now that is truly something. You come around the corner, you're seeing this nice park, you see something from the distance. But that thing here is, from what I've been just told, like over 1,000 years old. And wow, it looks probably the most impressive Chinese Buddhist temple I've ever seen, I gotta say, for sure. At the same time, we're right in the middle of the city. You see lots of people actually praying. A man brought his daughter, that's very sweet. People go up and down. Let's go up and see actually what's going on inside. So you definitely see that they repainted, restored quite frequently. Actually, a little tower like that, a smaller version of it, I've seen in Guangzhou, also a very old one. But what is super cool about this place is that this is definitely not like a theme park or anything. This is a ancient historical Chinese temple. Oh, look at that. Okay guys, wow. Climbed quite a couple of floors here in the main temple and getting a really cool view. Wow. So basically from here is almost like a bird's eye view. You walk around, you see the different carvings, the arched corners of the building. So yeah, that's really quite interesting. That is such a large building, but you can easily go in, hang out here, take a view. Like there's not even too many people here and the park is busy, but it's a big temple, so you can walk around here freely. And from here we're also seeing a bit more the modern town. So really cool little bridges you can be walking over all across the park. I just realized the more I walk around here, how huge that thing is. And here in the water, there's actually some turtles swimming around next to the huge koi fish. And yeah, truly hands down, I didn't expect to pretty much find the most impressive Chinese old temple of my life. And a couple hundred of turtles, really, it's not a joke here. It's like a turtle fish pond basically. So after the ancient park, the temple, what I saw is this very modern wall right next to it. It's actually quite interesting. That is the temple, that is the roof I've just been standing on. And right next to it, they build out some, I don't know if it's like a luxury mall, but definitely always depending on the season, different decorations they're having. And what is very interesting about the city so far is that no matter the day of the week, always a little bit of a weekend vibe. I don't know, these kids, they're going to school or who knows. But basically, I wouldn't mind getting like a little coffee or something. Let's check out some of the malls. And of course, if you are in a city, temples are nice, nature is nice. But what you're obviously interested in is the city itself, the real life. how it looks for most people through different neighborhoods, from modern to more old school, and that's what I want to feel a little bit. Because only going to these temples, that is very boring, I would say, in by itself. So look at that. Little cafes. Oh no, this is a perfumery. Wow. So look at that, truly the modern site of Fuzhou. We're not even in the city center, so I think let's make our way slowly up in there. Michele should join me. In the last city, we actually had these electro scooters. That is super fun. Some cities, they have them on every corner. Here, mostly bicycles, also cool, but honestly, electro bike scooter, don't know if we're gonna find it throughout here. But yeah, pretty new development. Looks like mostly condos. On the bottom, still kind of like little Chinese shops the way I know them, and all of that right next to the most famous temple in town. So, popping into the mall here next to the temple. I would say like a nice mid-size, kind of like in the entrance, food court, some coffees here again. And look at, wow, look at the design. Lelecha, Holy Land, all desserts, different cakes, different tarts, and oh my goodness, seriously, they're really experimenting around here, I would say, to say the least. So pretty nice malls everywhere. This one's not even anything special necessarily, I would say, but still nice. Checking out the modern Fuzhou, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
And how clean is it? Sparkling.
Yeah. What would you say? Is that like a mid-level mall in China, this one?
Probably.
Yeah.
This is not one of the main cities, so therefore they might be quite limited, but still massive compared to European sizes.
Yeah, of course. And I feel like they're always having like experimenting with their like coffee shops and things like that. Like you see funky stuff.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever tried the lemon coffee?
Nah.
I was shocked. As Italian, I should have never done it, but I actually enjoyed it.
Have you had orange coffee?
No, I had it once here, and I was not a fan. Lemon makes sense. Orange, not so much.
Oh, they have some soup here as well, huh?
Yeah.
So guys, wandering into some local restaurant. Michele was saying the burgers are pretty good. Let's try that. I'll take one on the left. Do you want something?
Oh no, I'm still full, but thank you.
All right. You know, one. Mm-hmm. So let's try this Chinese Bulgario. Do you think that's reasonable to say, Chinese burger?
Yeah, that's how they call it.
Oh wow. Very good, very different. But I need sauce.
Crunchy. You need the spicy one? They might have it.
No.
They have different versions depending on the city. Very good.
That's my food content, as far as it gets. I'm not a big taste tester.
Subscribe to Danny Dev food tasting Chinese stuff.
Angry food tasting. Very good, very good, very good. Yeah, no. So as per usual, next to such a big hotel, there's like a proper big, I don't know how to say it, food court would be the wrong word, like a lot of different restaurants, pretty fancy stuff actually as well. Pizza Marzano, you should give it a review. Marzano?
Yes.
Okay. So actually this neighborhood intrigues me a lot. Some really cool buildings. Actually also seeing them from the, oh, that smells nice. Here they're cooking some fresh bread, mentaiko baguette, some, just like a toast circle, square, cube. Oh, Huawei. I feel like I make sure to mention every Chinese brand wrong. Xiaomi.
Xiaomi is correct.
Should I always say Xiaomi?
I think the
I've learned, huh?
pronunciation is
Oh,
Xiaomi.
wow, look at that.
Yeah, nice. Fancy.
Actually a pretty fancy mall. And for me, also fairly useful. I wanted to check out the Huawei. What? How? Huawei store. Only problem is it's like not available in most countries, but still their tech is quite interesting.
电梯在哪里？
What a legend. So we're looking for like a little grocery store, I would say. Sky Garden, floor 5. That sounds pretty interesting as well, actually.
Gourmet cuisine.
Floor 4, you have wellness and joy. I don't know what it is, but it sounds like something I want. So I just want to get a couple of drinks, and tonight we'll continue the Fuzhou tour. Well, let's check this mall out, because the skyline actually looks super futuristic. I haven't gotten the bird up yet, but we will. Probably already seen it.
And what do they offer here? Modern chic.
Modern chic.
Modern chic. Interesting.
Let's check out the Sky Garden. Woo! So they literally have like a... Oh wow.
Sky garden for here.
Yeah, super nice. So you just go in front of the mall right next to the Shangri-La Hotel. You get this like nice Sky Garden, and somehow, it's hard to believe it, there's supposed to be a store as well. That's what we're looking for. Damn bro, look at that. Fuzhou skyline. Oh! And that is the Mao statue everybody told me about, because I don't see it.
Yeah.
Some people with us from their room, they're seeing this government building. I'm actually facing a bit of a different direction. And towards the evening, I think we're gonna be doing some interesting activities here in the city. So we're gonna be going right now to almost got slept, to a traveler's gala. It's gonna be kind of like a local event about traveling tourism. This guy is on. So made it here to the Maritime Silk Road Tourism Center. So there's supposed to be some type of like New Year's performances.
Japan, South Korea, all together.
Very good.
Were you inside?
Yeah.
Just finished? Oh.
5:13 inside and dinner.
Perfect,
Oh, okay.
perfect, good timing.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Wait.
Where they wanted to invite us.
Yes, yes.
Like this, and you say hello.
I say hello?
Like this.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Okay.
You think it's gonna go viral? Yeah?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, hello!
Wow. Okay.
Think it's any good? Alrighty guys, so let's review past a little bit the time here in Fuzhou. Just made it to another old town. They got a couple of them here. And it was, I'd say, a very interesting city. So over the past week I did a tour with Tripadvisor for the Chinese New Year's. And I gotta tell you, this city was kind of like the most, in a way, developed, spread out, but also like this one had the biggest contrast of like really old, lots of old towns, some like a bit more developed. Like this one here also, we're seeing the contrast quite interestingly. It's very small, probably in a wide angle, but like a bit of an older building. Then you have the old town, and in the back always the modern skyline. What I loved about being here, in contrast to maybe a city like Shanghai, Shenzhen, places I've spent a little bit of time, is just the fact that, you know, like foreign tourism is not that super common here yet. Everything feels a bit more authentic. Everything feels a bit more real, like especially if you're just walking through residential areas. Sometimes people are like even surprised to see you. Most of the time it's really chill. Again, drone flying in the air, that was a big theme on this trip as well. So we got like a little river canal flowing through here. And this bridge, actually, I think she mentioned is from 18 something. So again, very old bridge. back then here in the Chinese Empire was very limited amounts of this infrastructure was already there, and they maintain it. And honestly, traveling with the boys, with Michele most of the time hanging out, was also quite interesting time. For me, this, in terms of the city, this one was the favorite one. In terms of nature, probably was Dongshan Island that we have been. That was in the previous video. That was part of another city. You can check it out as well. So Chinese New Year is coming up here. You see all the decoration being put up pretty much by the minute. And I gotta tell you, when it comes to traveling China, yes, I think it's absolutely worth it to visit the big cities, just to see, let's say, the cutting edge modernity of Shanghai, of Shenzhen, see, let's say, the future of China in many ways, or already the present. But at the same time, if you make it out to cities like these ones, so from here you can fly into Xiamen, the city we flew in, or even Shanghai is not that far. So later today I'm heading out on the flight to Shanghai, gonna be going to some other places. But when you're visiting more cities that are not as big or as famous or as developed yet, or developed, let's say, a bit longer time ago, then you're kind of like getting to see a really different side of the country, a side that not too many people get to see. And this has been pretty much Fuzhou, from the old towns to the newer neighborhoods to joking around with Michele. Make sure to check out his channel as well. And with that, you got a world to see. Yeah, buddy, I just gave you a shout out, bro. The channel's about to explode.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And on that occasion, we're just staying in the flow of video making to ease it up. Let me be the idiot of the group. Let's go. So this is Michele. He taught me the Italian accent. And you know, when you're in China, there's the old tradition of finding a big Italian man to teach you an accent.
I can teach you Chinese.
Oh, nice.
Ni hao.
Kind of looks a bit muddy. What's going on?
Subscribe to Michele Ponte. That's the best. Danny, can you do it again?